Namaste, welcome to Buddha's teaching. Depression. Depression is one of the very difficult subjects, but a lot of people are experiencing it. And in today's society, the number of people who are experiencing depression is increasing on a day-to-day basis. So how do we handle depression? According to the teaching from the Buddha, how do Buddhists handle depression? So in order for us to understand, to solve depression, we first need to know the root cause of depression. As we all know, there are multiple causes of depression. So depression is one of the big major subject that is no way that I can cover in this one short episode, but we will do it from episode from one to the next, and we break it down, and we insert the ideas and the solution in multiple episodes as we go along in our study. Okay, so it's a multiple step, it's a multiple effort in order to handle this phenomenon. Teaching. So the way we look at it, depression has its roots in desire. Okay, uh, we people are depressed, people are sad because there's something that happened that to them, not in the way according to what they like, not in a way according to what they want. Okay, so when that keep happening and it keeps repeating, and it leads to depression. So depression does not happen right away at the snap of the finger, like you get mad or angry and you just snap. It's not like that. Depression is a it start with something small, but it grows. Okay, it grows over time based on different core situation, based on different scenario, and we can sort of break down depression into two kinds. Okay, one has to do with the physical. The root cause is the physical, which is such as we have health issue, right? The illness that leads to depression. Okay, and the other kind of depression, it has to do with mental. It has to do with what our mind is thinking. Okay, what our mind don't like. So that has to do with our mental activities. So there's two kinds of cause to depression. Um, with the physical one, it's, it has to do with, let's say, a person has some kind of health problem, have some kind of sickness that has been going on for a long time. Okay, so but they can't seem to find a cure. Um, and people keep getting sick, and the condition is not it's not getting any better. So that leads the person to have fear in their life. Okay, of course, it's the fear of deteriorating life situation, life standard, of course, and ultimately it's the fear of death. Okay, at the end, that what if my health condition is getting worse, and it doesn't get better. So that kind of uh, depression has to do with our physical, with our physical well-being, with with our body, and that can affect the mind. Okay, because of course the mind and the body, they interact with each other, and when the body is sick, it makes the mind worry. Okay, so that that cause of depression is it comes from the health issue. Okay, so now there's another kind of depression that comes with the mind, that comes from mental activities, that has nothing to do with the physical, has nothing to do with the form. Okay, as long as the body goes, as long as the form goes, you are pretty much healthy in a way, but it's the mind that keeps you down, that the mind that keeps you in a dark place. Okay, and it's because of that the mind can also affect the physical, because the mind is not happy. So when the mind is in a somber mode, the mind is not clear, the mind feels so heavy and dark and feel hopeless, um, in life, and that kind of mental state can put a burden onto the physical body. Okay, so it's the opposite, it's the other way. It's not the the, the depression that caused from sickness, but this of the body, but this one here is the depression that is caused by the mental activity, by the thinking mind. Okay, the mind keeps thinking of something negatively that has been affecting it for a long time. Just like I said, depression is not something that happens overnight. It happens, can be long time ago, and it still reside in the victim's head. Okay, and people would still keep thinking about it. So um, there are it could involve physical things before, when, let's say, when a person was young and something happened to them, okay, when they were young, and of course the the experience that people went through is embedded in the memories. All right, whatever that we went through during the past, in the past, whether last month, or last year, or 10 years or 20 years ago, decades ago, and that carries on and carries in our head. Okay, something that, it could be something happened to us or happened to somebody close to us, and which cause depression. Okay, so there are two kinds of depression here. There are two kinds of cause of depression here. But then again, it has to do with something that happens long time ago. Okay, and it's been accumulating. It's not something that happens overnight. Okay, so we know that uh, depression is an accumulative thinking. Okay, so let's talk about the depression that is caused by a health issue. All right, so how do we deal with that? Let's say we've been having some kind of sickness, something that cannot be cured, and now we are depressed. Okay, we don't have any hope. Okay, for the future, or the future is sort of like in a hopeless slope in a way, and now the person is depressed. How do we handle the situation like that? Okay, First of all, we have to understand one thing, that the body uh, and the mind, they work together, those two. Okay, make sure we understand that the mind can affect the body, and the body can affect the mind. Okay, so when the body is sick, that is one thing. Okay, that is one thing, to keep it to one side. Okay, now, but if the sickness of the body affects the mind, which makes the mind worry, which makes the mind sad, is because the mind keep thinking that it doesn't want um, the body to have that health issue, to have the sickness, right? So you have to, in a way, split the two. Okay, one is the body and one is the mind. Okay, your body and your mind. Now your body has been sick, okay, has some kind of chronic pain, chronic illness, or whatever. Now it affects the mental state, your mental state. Okay, so when it affects the mental state, when your mind is thinking of keep thinking about your sickness, about the sickness of the body, the mind is not in a good mood, of course, right? The mind is always depressed, the mind is sad. Okay, so what happens when the mind is sad? um, when the mind is sad, when the mind is depressed, okay, and we all know, and you can ask the scientists, the doctors, that the mind create chemical uh, substance that can affect the body, right? Okay, so when the mind is in a depressed state, when the mind is in a negative state, it creates chemical in substance, it creates chemical effects that makes the body sick. Okay, so now it's a vicious circle. It's not just, it's because of the body is sick, right? The body affects the mind, make the mind sick. Okay, it makes the mind sick. Now when the mind is sick, the mind affects the body back. So now the circle is, now you are trapped. There's, you're trapped in this circle that is vicious, that is feeding back and forth negativities. All right, so that is difficult. All right, so in order to break that, okay, to break the cycle here, you have to be able to understand that the body is sick, okay, but the mind, your mind, just acknowledge it. Okay, just acknowledge it, but you just take a step back in a way in your mind. Okay, say, okay, the body is sick, there's health issue here. Okay, but but what is it that you can do right now? Okay, what you can do right now is that understand that the body is sick. Okay, first of all is you accept it, that okay, this body is sick. Okay, now the other thing is, how do you handle this situation? Have you take this body to see a physician? Okay, have you take the body, okay, to see a doctor? Have you been treating this body? Okay, doing to the best of your ability. Okay, um, treat it, treat the body, okay, according to whatever the doctor or the physician, the expert recommend you to do. Okay, they say, okay, you do this and do that, and understand the body, how, and you are the one who can feel the body functioning. Okay, and you work according to how you feel, and also according to what the expert tells you to do. And that is pretty much all there is to it. Okay, when it comes to treating the body, you do the best that you can to the best of your ability. Okay, say, okay, this is the body. Now, in in this scenario here, in a way, you sort of detach yourself from the body. Okay, you're not attached to the body. You look at the body as a sort of like a separate entity, even though it's here together. You acknowledge it. Okay, the body is sick. Okay, treat it, take care of it. Okay, take the medicine, go see the doctor, get the treatment, and all that. Okay, but in the meantime, there is no need for the mental activity to influence the body negatively. All right, so that's how you break the cycle. Okay, you say, okay, I'm already doing everything that I can in my to the best of my ability to treat the body. And when you already do everything you can, there's nothing else that you can do, and you can relax. Okay, see, I'm already doing everything. Okay, to help this body out. So you can relax and let the body do the work by receiving the treatment. Okay, by receiving the 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 treatment that you give and the doctor give by working itself out. Okay, you have to accept that you already do the best that you can. Okay, the best of your ability. Okay, and give it time. Okay, give it love. Okay, that's because that is important. When the body is in distress, the body don't need additional negative chemical activity from the brain. Right, the body needs positive energy. Okay, to help it uh, cure itself, to help it get itself better, because the body is an independent entity in a way, as we have learned in previous lesson in Rupa. If you have not, please take a listen to that. Okay, the body has its own magnificent function that is doing its own thing. All right, it has its own immune system. It has its own way of repairing itself. Okay, that we are not doing it anything. Okay, the body is in a way it's doing its best, to repair itself all the time, whether we know it or not. But we don't need to interrupt it. We don't want to uh, stay in the way of the body. Okay, what that means is that we don't want to inject negative chemical influence into the body from the brain. Okay, because the brain, when you keep thinking negative, think about when you become sad, you become depressed, that create negative chemical influence onto the body, and that obstruct the body from healing itself. All right, so you have to be able to understand that and say, okay, I'm gonna let my body heal it, work its own magic. All right, and I'm gonna accept what the body can do. All right, because understand this, you're not growing your body. All right, up until now, up until this point, your body grows on itself. Yes, you provide it food. Okay, but you do not tell the body to breathe, to do the blood circulation, to do the seeing, to do the hearing, or to do anything. You're not you can you're not in control of your body. Your body has its own magic of doing things, so do not interrupt your body when the body try to heal, try to recover. Just stay back, be calm. Okay, just relax. Listen to good music. um, make yourself happy, surround yourself with good environment. Okay, and just, another word, chill. you know just, okay, the body is sick, I'm taking the medication, I'm taking the treatment. Let it be. right? It's called acceptance. You accepting your own body, right? You trust in the body and let the body does its own work. Do not step in front of it when it's trying to heal, and you put something to to obstruct its the immune system from working. So you take yourself out of it. So by taking yourself out of it is that you come you withdraw by not say, oh, why me, why I'm sick, and why this, why. No, none of that. Okay, that's how you break from the cycle. None of that. You're not creating additional burden onto your body. Okay, you withdraw yourself. You want to help your body to heal. So you want to give your body a lot of rest, a lot of love, a lot of compassion. Okay, and let the body heal. So that's how you break the cycle. Okay, that's how you break the cycle, the vicious cycle of negativity between the body and the mind. Right. So that's what we're talking about. When in Buddha's teaching, we separate things. We don't bundle things together. Okay, we know what the body is, and we know what the mind is, and we look at the ingredient. We look at the particles that has formed the body, has formed the mind, and we look at it like that, and we let them work in their own spectacular way. All right. So that is the body. So when there's issue with the body, health issue, sickness, okay, long time, got it, understand. So you need patience, you need to give it time also to let it heal, okay, and let nature takes its course. You have to learn to accept the body the way it works, okay, the way it works. It's called acceptance, right? So so that's one part of the thing, that how you break the cycle, uh, break the cycle, the vicious cycle of a negativity feeding back and forth between body and mind. Okay, now moving on to the second cause of depression, which has to do with mental, okay, which has to do with the mind. Now, as we know, now the mind can affect the body, right? But but this kind of depression here, a person is perfectly healthy, all right? You look fine, from outside the appearance looks fine, looks normal, okay? But in here there's depression going on that we don't know, okay? We For a lot of people from outside, you cannot tell if the person is depressed or not, because we as human being, we are very clever in putting uh, a face that people cannot recognize. All right. So the mental depression has to do with many things, of course, from the past. Okay, and whatever happened in the past, okay, of course, it's negative, and this mind here, the mind that we have, don't like it. All right, we don't like it, and we have big resentment toward what happened to us. Okay, and we and in that scenario, uh, the depressed person uh, is in a really heavy mode. Okay, and the depressed person feel that he or she is a victim. Okay, and that is no blame, because that is how the mind works. Okay, the person most of the time would would think inside, why me? Okay, so there's a lot of resentment inside, and there's a lot of anger built up inside. Okay, and there's a lot of hatred inside. Okay, so and now, as you all know, if you have seen the previous episode regarding the mind faculties in the mind, okay, these mind faculties of a depressed person, resentment, anger, hatred. You see all these mind faculties? These faculties here, they are all in the unwholesome group of the mind, correct? Yes. So they are all in the unwholesome group of the mind. And but the problem with with being depressed is this: the unwholesome mind keeps bubbling up quite often. Okay, and why is it keep bubbling up so often than normal people? Normal people, they don't have that. I mean, the people do get mad, they get upset. There's a little bit here and there, and then it goes away, right? As we all know, the mind rise and the mind passed away, right? So, but for depressed person, they have this deep thinking, right? You have this deep thinking about uh, I am the victim. Okay, um, I I don't deserve this. Okay, I am the victim. So now you develop some kind of hateful feeling toward people, toward the person who done things to you. Okay, so now the person develop hateful feeling, develop resentment, and it's all in the thinking mind, right? So the mind keep thinking about the same thing over, over, and over again. Okay, so it start at one point sometime in the past. Okay, but because of the victimhood, that the I think of itself. Okay, when the I think of itself as a victim, okay, it's heavy, right? As a victim, um, it shouldn't happen, right? And why did it happen to me? Okay, so the self I in this case is very big. Okay, it's this I here is heavy, it's big. The I uh, um, have this big weight on top. Okay, because the thinking mind keep uh, rotating, keep bringing up the past memory every time. Okay, it just keep triggering, so it bogs down the mood of the person. Okay, I am I I shouldn't be it shouldn't happen to me. Okay, I don't deserve this. Okay, and because that you have again, hate, and so you become depressed. And now when the mind keeps doing that, it can also affect the body, that make the body sick. Okay, that can make the body develop uh, health issue. Okay, such as obesity, such as cancer, you name it. There's so many kinds of sickness that is associated with mental depression. Okay, so there's a big victimhood at play here, right? There's a big victimhood at play here. So what do we do? Okay, how do we answer? How do we resolve the mental depression that we have? Okay, so as you know, the reason the self I keeps bringing it up because there is attachment, right? The I identity, the self I identity, okay? It's attached that I am the victim because of something that happened in the past, right? Okay, so there's attachment to it. Okay, you see how attachment works? Attachment keeps the person down. Okay, it keeps it down, keeps it heavy. Okay, that's why one of the things that in the beginning of our lesson of our here, attachment is one of the things that is causing our suffering. Okay, so because of our attachment to the past, and which is gone long time ago, but it's just some kind of memory that we have. Okay, it's just a memory that we keep in here and we cannot let it go. Okay, and of course nobody can let go of memories until we are, until we die, until we break down. Otherwise, memories are still here. But even though memories are still here, here's what we do. Here's what you need to do if you happen to be in that scenario. Okay, we said, all right, what happened in the past, okay, it's in the past. Okay, yes, it's in the memory. Okay, that's the reason why we remember. All right, it happened before. That past is gone. That experience is in the memory. Okay, so that is fine. We're not gonna erase that memory. No, but we can turn that memory into something very positive. Okay, so it happened in the past. That's fine. Okay, what happens now is not, you're not in the past, right? You're in the present moment. Okay, so this is where we, the Buddha taught about the mind. Okay, we have to understand that the mind rise and pass away. Okay, even 1 minute ago your mind that arise, okay, it passed away. You never have the same mind twice. Okay, your mind's always new at the present moment. Okay, your mind that happened 10 minutes ago, a week ago, a month ago, last year, 10 years ago, that mind is gone. The same as your body. That body right now that you have is totally new. So the mind also the same thing. Your mind is brand new right now. Okay? Right now, as you see me, as you hear me, that's a brand new mind. See? Just picture this as you're looking at me right now. Your mind is not attaching to that past memory that trigger your depression. You see, when you look at me, you forget about that past, right? You forgot about that whatever thingy that hold you down, that make you depressed. Uh-uh. Because you happen to be focusing, listening to me. Okay, so you see this, the mind it happens like that. It happens, okay, arise and it's gone. It happens and it's gone. Okay, so after this talk, after you see me talking here, okay, you turn off the talk here, you go somewhere, you see something else, it's new. Okay, new again, and then pass away again. The thought is like that, the mind is like that. Okay, so if you can learn that, okay, now when the mind arises, you become aware. Whatever thought you're gonna experience in your future, okay, in the next 5-10 minutes or in the next half hour, when it arises, you become aware. Okay, here's a new mind arising, and then it's gone, and then you meet some, and then again, and then at one point, that memory that you use, that you were in the habit of thinking about, that bad memory that give you sadness, that make you depressed, right? That memory will come up again because you've been thinking about it, for a long time now. That make you depressed. Okay, for example, so let's say it's whatever scenario, whatever experience that you have, that you had before, that make you depressed, okay, make you not happy, okay, whether with who, doesn't matter who, okay, it keeps coming up. So when that memory comes up, it triggers, right, your emotion, it triggers the thought in your head again of about that episode. Okay, and it wants to bring you down, right? That memory wants to bring you down, want to take you back there. Okay, but that is a new thought. Okay, so when the new thought arises, you said, oh, here comes that new thought again. Okay, this is a brand new thought. It's not in the past, because whatever happened, it happened right now in the present moment. Okay, it happens right now. So when that memory arises again, whatever that made you depressed, whatever made you have the resentment, whatever that makes you have that hateful feeling, okay, whatever that makes you have that unwholesome emotion, okay, it arises, okay. So when it arises, you become aware of it, okay. You become aware of that thought that arise, okay. You become aware of the emotion that arise, okay. So when that emotion arise, you become aware that, oh, that is the emotion, that is the thought that make me not happy. Oh, here it comes again. But you also know that nothing is permanent, right? Everything is impermanent. So when thing thought, you observe it, okay, you follow it, say, oh, here comes that feeling again, here comes that depression, that the negative mood again, all right. So here it comes, okay, and then you follow it, you observe it, and you will notice that thought will pass away, just without even know you knowing it sometimes, okay. It's just gone because you encounter new experience. You turn around and you see somebody else, or you see something, you forgot about that thought, you see. So now you become aware of it. This is how you look at, this is how you break the cycle of the habit that the self-thinking mind before that used to bring it about, oh, I'm the victim, right? Why me, okay. uh, I'm this, I, none of that, all right. Put that aside. So no, this is the new me right now. New thought, new body. Every single time you have a new body, every single time new thought, every single time you sit down, this is a new me, okay, brand new right now. Something arrives, now you become aware. Is that wholesome or unwholesome? That's unwholesome. Oh, okay, it has to do with some kind of dislike or desire, that the attachment that brings it there. Oh, let me see how far it goes, and it disappears. That's how the mind works, okay. You need to understand that. So once you become you get to understand how the mind works, the mind arises and pass away. Nothing permanent. Even your body, nothing is permanent. Your body is changing as we speak. Your mind is changing as we speak. So everything rises and falls away. Okay? As long as you can grasp that concept, observe it on yourself. Observe it as when you walk. Observe it when you do things. Observe it when you are alone. Okay? Observe your mind, how it goes. Then you see, okay, what depression? It's just a mental activity. And it goes this way, goes that way. Which way do you want to go? Doesn't matter. Do you still want to go to some place negative? Or you want to look at the new world at the present, in the present moment? You say, this is me. I'm looking at the present moment right now. Look around. I'm in the present moment. I'm not in the past. I'm not in the future. I'm here right now. Okay? I'm here right now. That's how you break it. That's how you learn. That's how you do train the mind, okay, to look at yourself and release yourself from that depression, from that habit of thinking about negative thought. Okay, so I know it's not something that you can just like that. Oh, it, for some people it takes a little training, because to catch your thought, to catch your rising emotion, is not something that is accustomed to a lot of people. But you have to learn to train. All right, you have to train yourself to catch that. Okay, so that's a training that you need to catch. Learn to catch that. Okay, it rises and it falls. Then after a while, you get into that habit of catching your own negative activity, negative thought, then you will be liberated from your depression. See, that's how it works. Okay, so yep, that's what I like to share with you all today. And I hope it is of something beneficial to some of you. Right? Until next time, I like to pay respect to the triple gems. I like to pay respect to the Buddha. I like to pay respect to the Dhamma. And I like to pay respect to the Sangha. If you like to leave me a comment, please feel free to do so down below. Until next time, Namaste.